Hi everyone. Um, I'll be demonstrating what I was able to work on this week for the Unreal MCP panel. Um, this week I added in a get operations and get schematics, which is our get project actors, um, into the game or into the. I made a button container to hold them. So as you can see, they are in there. They just, again, the text gets squished. I do have auto wrapping on, but it's still doing this. Um, this took up a lot of my time this week, trying to get these correct for populating inside the box and not overlapping outside of the buttons. Um, but now they're squished. I've adjusted the settings inside the panel. I've done all that. We still get this. So I'm moving on from this to move on to integrating the AI agents that we want to have two panels and add a communication box, so that you can communicate back and forth just like you would in ChatGPT or any other AI UI, where you can just sit there and communicate. We'll have stored communications and or stored conversations that you can pull back up. Um, so yes. Um, okay, so yes, when I press one of these, which we don't need all of them, we just need the wall, it'll populate with spawn actor. Um, it'll tell you the actor's name, the blueprint, which is the wall that we picked, and it'll automatically tell you to spawn it at this location and how many to spawn, with the coordinates. Um, this is not working yet. Again, we are working on this. This is the next step. Or not we, but I am working on implementing this next. Um, boom, boom, boom. Also, the same thing with the get operations. I'm working on making this more streamlined to where the designer doesn't have to write in too much. They can just, they'll just say spawn wall and then where to spawn them, so that they can just press send and make this even easier. Um, okay, so I also worked on some more background, operations for this, or back end operations, which was making this more modular to, instead of hard coding to get actors in the project to be for, before I set this up to be per project you would work on. So you would have to make a new Python class every time to search the new project. But now we have it to where, this is automatically searched. Um, it automatically searches your project, sorry, and by using the Unreal's Asset Registry, to automatically scan the project and then assign them to different classes and different, what do I want to say, different game folders. So you'll have one for actors, one for pickups, um, one for obstacles, which is the walls. You'll have them for pawns and characters, for the base character, which we're going to start taking out all the unnecessary ones that don't need to be seen. Um, Again, spawning for the base spawner. Um, we're going to take that out and just isolate it down to the ones that need to be seen. Um, Again, there's a couple bugs we need to fix about fixing the spawning of the project files or project assets, and then cleaning up these quick commands. Right now our buildings do load. What I will show you is the other part I worked on in the back end was fixing how projects, or how the new buildings are spawned into the game by being spawned into organized folders instead of spamming this outlier with a whole bunch of actors. So we'll just copy this and I'll show you that in action. I know I think I spoke about it a little bit last week, but there were still some things that needed cleaned up with this feature. So create large castle at 000. Now I'm going to move this out of the way and we're going to watch this go. So press send. So task is starting. You can see the loading bar is going. If we zoom out, you can see the building is being built. Just want to back out a little bit. So I didn't make a video last week, so now you get to actually see the loading button or loading bar load, or the progress bar loading. The timers elapsing. At the end, it'll show us the total actors, but it also is showing you which building it's, or which phase of the building it's working on. So land MCP. So it's putting them all in this MCP folder, and as you can see, battlement north, south, east wall, north wall, inner wall, and as you can see, it's still communicating with the Python server. This is also getting a lot faster. See, now we're implementing in some of the batching code. We still got some more testing to do with it though. But we're still building. As you can see, it's towers, stables, treasury, and this way now you're able to open them up and delete just what you need, easily find it where it's part of. Okay, that's complete. Task complete. Phase completed. Status completed. Total actors 1,371. There's 5,000 or 1,507, so I think there were less, or I know it's a lot less, but I think it's around the same amount that we added. Boom, 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 and then we get completed task, and it took 2 minutes and 41 seconds, as this elapsed timer says. And then I also added this clear button, so you can clear everything and go back. Yeah, there's a lot more to do this week. I hate making excuses, but got a sick family, so I'm solo parenting at the moment and dealing at the same time. So we're making progress. AI integration is coming next few days. I don't know if we'll be done before Thursday's deadline, but we'll see what we can do. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Oh, sorry. Before I do that, also just to show that this is all handled through C++, and there's no, there's no blueprints for this. So for the button, it's the same button we made in class. Graph is empty. It's parented from this widget, which would open up this Visual Studio's code. Boom, boom. Sorry, it's opening a different window. Or a different screen. Sorry. Boom, boom, boom. But as that loads, oh, there we go. So the button widget. Cancel that. Cancel that. And then we also have the actual panel, which is right here, is handled again all in C++. Right up here. And this is where we handle all our panel code. So I think the biggest hang up I had this week was wanting to build more with agents moving around and actually using my spawners and building a game instead of just continuing to work on this editor. But I think focusing on one thing and completing it is the bigger challenge that I have, that I need to work on. I get very distracted, very squirrely, and want to work on something else. So this is a good focus on one thing, get real good at it, isolate it, make it look good, and just learn as much as I can in Unreal. So thank you.